Hi, I'm Monique Haug, and I'm not able to be there physically with you at this rescheduled graduation date, so I was asked to create a digital commencement speech for everyone. I was lucky enough to be the 5th grade teacher for many of our graduates here today from the class of 2020. So we had quite a roller coaster of a year, didn't we, guys? I'm gonna take us down memory lane a little bit. First of all, I remember having giant inner tubes, all around the classroom. And kids could take those out into the hallway, or they could read anywhere in them around the room. I remember having a reading loft that kids could sit up on top of. And then we had a million pillows in the area underneath it for reading, independent reading or group work. I remember we had a couple of guinea pigs, couldn't tell you their names, but I remember we had a couple of guinea pigs, and we also had grand slams. Remember those? It was a lottery system. So it reinforced respectful and kind behavior. So the nicer that kids were toward one another, the better their chance of having their class number drawn out each Friday. And some rewards you guys like to pick when we would draw on Fridays were sometimes you'd pick these giant pickles that I kept in the room. Sometimes you'd kick me out of my desk for a day. Sometimes you'd take the guinea pigs home for the weekend. Sorry, parents. I remember that we were paperless even then, and we did school shooter drills even. If I recall correctly, we only had like 9 students in our class, and it was the smallest class I've ever had the pleasure of leading. And it, in fact, was more like a family than a class. We referred to ourselves as Team Haug, and we just really cared about each other. Let's talk about a few memories of each student. There was Aaron. And Aaron had this calming grin. And even back then, he used to tower over everybody. He was very tall, but he was also super creative with the website Scratch.com. He loved to create games and play games even then. Rachel was our gymnast, who is still killing it on the mats, I hear. And she didn't need to use many words to achieve much. She got me to jump on her trampoline and jump to a trapeze in her barn loft. No circuses wanted my talents to join their traveling show. And I didn't fare very well in that attempt for the trapeze. Then there was Socrates, and Socrates had this evil giggle. And man, he'd really get wound up once you got him giggling. He sounded like a villain, but he was anything but evil. Such a sweetheart, and he had just fabulous writing skills. He always told us corny jokes and kept everyone smiling. Desi, Miss Desi. She's a pistol, that one. She's very dedicated and throws herself into whatever she's working on at the time. Lord help you if you get in her way, because she's going to steamroll. She sets those goals, and she has the passion to just follow right through and kill it. She does a great job. Jason, oh, my Jaybird. Okay. Jay spent so much time worrying and talking about his worries, and I just knew it was just a matter of time before he learned how to focus that energy and really crush some big-time goals in his life. He had such heart. And he is the one that introduced me to the book Touching Spirit Bear, which is one of my all-time favorites. I still teach from that book literally every single year. Wonderful book. First, I just was like, I don't care to read a book about a bear. But little did I know. I didn't have the good fortune to teach Jesse or Caden, but I'm sure you guys are equally as amazing. And I didn't forget about you, Miss Callie. How could I forget about you after the year we shared, right? You were a warrior. Truly. Another good word to describe you would be determined. There are a few quotes I'm going to refer to here and there as I, impart my words of wisdom. The first is, you can do hard things. Sometimes when life isn't running real smoothly, the way we think it should, we get caught up and focus on the difficulty because it's so hard, and we feel so sorry for ourselves. And instead of like problem solving and responding immediately and facing fear, poor me takes over. But that fear is a crazy thing. It can be defined as an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that something or someone is dangerous or likely to cause pain. Fear is our enemy. Now, some might say, it's an emotion, lady. How can it be our enemy? Well, there's fear of not being good enough. There's fear of being not tall enough, not thin enough, not smart enough. Fear of failing, fear of looking silly, fear of rejection. They all lock us up. And sometimes fear is what stops us from even trying. The what ifs. The what if. They get into our thoughts and they just cripple us. And we become our own worst nightmare. Then comes the wallowing and the excuses and the poor me. And eventually the nothingness. Not long into our 2012-2013 school year, we got some bad news. Dun, dun, dun. Leukemia struck. Suddenly, Callie wasn't in class, and all of our hearts were cracked wide open. We postponed some things, like our annual hike through Sichi Hollow. We wanted to wait for our sister to join us. And some of those things we just didn't do. We opted to just not do them because they wouldn't be near as fun to be doing them without all of us together. And, we discussed some other things like possibly shaving our heads. We were all going to shave our heads that year. And so I took it to Callie once we had all decided. And she gave me that look that Callie does. That one. You got the eyebrows knitted, and then you got the eyes looking from down below. And she just said, I don't get it. So I'm going to be wearing a wig, and you guys will all be bald around me. It's just stupid. So no heads were shaved. But we were fighters, We're sitting on the sidelines there. We wanted to get in and assist. We wanted to help. We wanted to do something. We felt so powerless. All of us did. So, what was our solution to that one? We made a blanket. So we took pictures of Callie and all of us really, and made a blanket full of all these goofy pictures. And we hoped that that would bring a smile and bring a show of support. And I still to this day have a picture of it in my desk area of me holding the blanket up, and the kids are like sticking their little heads out on the sides and underneath and on top with me because, we stood on chairs to hold it up. And it just reminds me every day of the fight that we went through and how we tried to come together to do the best we could. So what made me so happy, though, because there were times of happiness, there were times of rejoicing, even though things really sucked with the leukemia thing, and knowing that one of us was hurting, and in jeopardy. The Lanes told me, I don't remember if it was Mama or Dad Lane, but they told me that Callie took that blanket with her. Every single time she went to the children's castle, the blanket went with her. And I felt pretty proud because even though we were still physically, in our own homes or whatever in class, we were right there with Callie. We were right there by her side. And we couldn't offer her physical support. We couldn't shield her from what was going on. But we could give her our emotional support, and she knew that we were right there with her. And when we knew that, we were able to help in some minuscule way. It helped. Callie kicked leukemia's butt and all, and she came out victorious. And soon it was time for her to come back to school, back to our classroom. So we tried to be really consistent with writing to her online through Caring Bridge and everything. And, I'd relay messages when I'd go to her house each week and stuff, but it just wasn't the same. And so when we heard she was coming, we were overjoyed, to say the least. We couldn't wait. We counted down the days. And then when she came back, it wasn't so easy for her. It wasn't so easy for her family because Callie was full of fear and she didn't know, are they going to accept me? Are they going to love me? And not only was Callie full of apprehension, but so was Mama Lane, as she stood outside my classroom door, looking through the window, the little rectangular window, holding her heart, tears in her eyes, wondering, how are they going to treat her? Is she going to be okay? And we didn't welcome Callie back, with a cake or a movie or whatever. Nah, we wanted her fully submerged in our love and craziness. And so I brought me some silly string and I handed it out. We moved the desks a little bit and we went at it. We went to war. We ran, we chased, we attacked. There was silly string everywhere. And Mama Lane stood there crying tears of joy, watching her baby be loved completely and completely accepted by her school family, because we didn't see Cal as different. We were just so happy to have our Callie back. Guys, it's so important to appreciate people. And it's even more important than appreciating them is to show that appreciation. Tell people what they mean to you. We didn't tiptoe around our joy to be a complete school family. We dove right in, man. Leukemia was hard. It was hard. It was hard on my students. It was hard on our school and on our community. It was hard on me, and it was definitely hard on the Lane family. But we can do hard things. We've already done some. And guys, it's okay to be shocked. It is okay to react when hard things come into your life's path. And it's okay to freak out. But it's not okay to spend too much time wallowing or making excuses or laying down in life. And you know why? Because you can do hard things. When you wonder, what should I do with my life? Because I'm sure you have a few times so far. I say, be awesome. And then keep being awesome. Because whatever you do, even temporarily, don't go half in. Do it. Do it right. If you wait tables, or if you go to college, actually go to class, try. Give it your all. Whatever you choose in life, whatever you choose, make yourself proud and be the best you can be. And as cliche as that sounds, let me tell you, I'm 51 years old, and literally, I bet half a dozen times a year, when I'm cruising around Watertown, getting groceries or at Walmart or whatever, you know, I have people coming up to me and saying, "Oh, Nikki, I remember you. You were my checkout girl at Hy-Vee." That was 30 years ago, people. 30 years ago, and some people still remember me. You know why? Not because I was like amazing, you know, because I found a group of fun people and I found my niche. I found something I was good at. I was good at talking to customers and helping them and you know, making their day a little brighter, I hope. And so some of them remembered that. Sometimes we lose our confidence, and it's not just like some people. Everyone loses their confidence at times. My suggestion to you is to practice affirmations. I don't remember if I did these with you or not. I know I did them with some classes. What I suggest you do for affirmations is look in a mirror and remind yourself about your true goals and what's important. You're going to tell yourself what you will accomplish, and then continue to do that every day until you meet your goals. Remind yourself that you're going to smash those goals. And then any other positive messages that you can think of that will motivate you. So look in that mirror and say, I am a beast. I can do hard things. And I am going to meet this goal. Sounds corny and cheesy, but it sets your mindset for the day. Bam! Pretty soon you're meeting all your goals. I like the quote by Hans F. Hansen. He says, "It takes nothing to join a crowd, and it takes everything to stand alone." True. Anyone can join a group and follow the decisions that others make for them, right? But it takes a true illuminato to challenge the thinking of others and to blaze your own trail, even if nobody follows you. Guys, just don't get caught up in what you think others want you to do. Don't get swept away looking at how other people are living around you. Oh gosh, so-and-so has a boyfriend and so-and-so has a girlfriend, or I just love their new car, or, you know, their dog, or, I mean, whatever has you drooling at the time, whatever's so desirable, you know, stick to your goals. Stick to what's important to you. So, set those goals. Be awesome. Affirm the strengths that God's given you, and remind yourself of what's authentically important to you. And then do those hard things and keep doing them. Once you're on a path, you know, that makes your heart smile on the inside and on the outside, there are going to be some people, guys, and they're going to be people that you love and trust. They might discourage you. They might disparage you. They might even pick you apart. Don't let anyone dull your sparkle. Forgive others that respond in bouts of negativity, and recognize that it comes from a place of jealousy, okay? Because you are that fabulous. Eventually, if those whiners who claim to support you, but are still playing the victim in their own life, then it's time to find others, you know, that shine like you, that care about the things that you care about, that achieve the goals that they set for themselves. Rachel Hollis says, when your light shines brighter, others won't be harmed by the glare. They'll be encouraged to become more luminescent version of themselves. So, you know, surround yourselves with these people. People that smile, people that encourage, people that spread joy, people that are kind. How, you ask? Well, Roger Ingersoll said, we rise by lifting others. So, be the person that smiles. that encourages, that spreads joy, that is kind. You'll attract kooky, courageous characters like you. Eventually, you graduates are so unbelievably cherished and so brimming with possibility. Please believe in your worth. Don't let fear block you from taking chances on you. Keep your expectations high. You know why? Because you deserve good things. You deserve to have people who believe in your amazingness surround you. You deserve work that fulfills your sense of pride. You deserve to have a blessed life that brings you joy. Don't settle for less. Don't chase people that don't want to be caught, because life gets hard. And you can do hard things. It's okay to be scared. Grab some silly string in life and jump on in, because you do have the ability to say, "Suck it, fear. Let's do this." And then do it. Happy graduation, class of 2020.